Alright, hello everyone, I hope this is all working. The third time is the charm. Please tell me this is working this time. Just testing out a new streaming thing tonight. Is it working? Is it not? It appears to be working. Hooray! Alright, thanks for anyone who does join me. Just testing out and seeing the new stream. I hope everyone can hear me. I'm just going to turn up my own volume for a little bit, just to see if I can. Just testing out and seeing the new stream. Cool. That's all good. Sound, if there is anyone watching, anyone at all, just let me know if the sound is working. That would be most appreciated. I think it is. Yeah, it's just going to be painting up some Warcry minis and chatting while I do so. And drinking coffee. And hopefully tonight I can get those last 2 subscribers so we hit 200, because that would be fantastic. I don't know if any of you watched the narrative show. It seems to be a pretty popular narrative show we did last fortnight on the Free Cities. Go give that a watch. That really seems to have hit the right chord. And we've got plans for our next narrative show. So let's get some Vanguard Hunters going. I'm just going to share the stream. Just putting up the actual stream link because it's just a bit weird at the moment. Getting used to all this new stuff. So yeah, want to paint up some Vanguard Hunters. I did some Vanguard Raptors. I posted them on Facebook a little while ago. So these guys are going to repaint just because I don't like my old Stormcast scheme, or I think I can do better now. So. These are some Vanguard Hunters I got second hand, so they are in some stupid poses, like this dude with 2 freaking bolters, this guy holding ammunition but no actual Stormstrike bolt gun thing, whatever they're called. So yeah, Stormcast, I literally stole the Ultramarine colour scheme for him as originally as a piss take, to see how they go. And it actually turned out pretty well, so kept it. I should have a dude that's actually done up. If you can see him. This is really weird. I have 2 cameras going for the first time, so that is the scheme, and then the nice green on the back that goes from my Free City, so they've got both colours of my Free City on there. Much better than just my old scheme was literally just the wash and the glaze over the top to tie it back in. So first of all, we are looking for some crown glue. Just probably go back over and touch up stuff. That seems a bit empty, that one. That seems a bit better. Quick touch up. So yeah, idea is to have 5 Vanguard Hunters. I've got some Raptors already painted up. I've got some Aether Wings that are nearly done that I'll get working on tonight as well, and some Griffhounds that are nearly done as well, and that should be enough for Warcry for me. Yeah, I'm excited by Warcry, I will say. Cautiously optimistic, probably more so. It doesn't quite seem to have the level of in-depth that like Necromunda or Kill Team has, which I guess is to go with the games that they represent, which is 40k, which is much more granular than AOS. So that's the thing. But it does, however, look fantastic. I love small model count games and skirmish. Sorry about that. And stuff like that. I think they really allow you to get nitty gritty, and that's what I want. I'm just not quite sure if it's as nitty gritty as I would have liked. I think is my point. Hello to the 2 people that are watching. Thank you very much. I hope all the sound and everything is fantastic and okay for you. And I hope I don't bore you too much. I'm just painting, seeing how long, hoping this doesn't drop out and all that sort of stuff. So nothing fantastic tonight. His arm just becoming off. I might actually have to apply a little bit of glue under there. Alright, so as you can see, I've almost finished up some Aether Wings. Just got to do the wood and the ribbon, and then just whoop and break them again. Dear God, I hate these models and the stance they are on. For the wood here, I've gone for a really light tone of wood. So I've actually done a Shabby Bone Seraphim Sepia and then just give it a dry brush of a white scar to finish. And that is my nice light wood tone. Just wanted different because I use a wood tone throughout the army as well, that's Carrick Stone. And so I just wanted something a little bit different, of a variation between that, so it's natural, and then the wood that I use for the army, just so it doesn't... Oh, that's not good. That was straight into some blue, and that was a stupid mistake. Oh, watch what you're doing, and don't worry about other stuff. Well, it's not that bad. I can cover up. I'm not too worried about the bases because I'll be rebasing these guys. Rebasing all the Shattered Dominion using the Sylvaneth Glade scheme to match my table which is behind me, which I did up in the Sylvaneth Glade scheme. You can find that scheme on Warhammer TV. painting tutorials. I thought it was such a fantastic scheme that I copied it from my one at home. I know I just like my armies fitting on my board at home. So, Iron Guts. I know this guy. How are we going, mate? I am just testing out a new stream because I need to, because Google Hangouts decided it wants to close, and no one knows what's happening with the replacement of it, so got to go through something new. So yeah, just painting up some Warcraft minis tonight, and probably something that you might see used on the tabletop if I ever run a RPG from here. It's cold in South Australia today, so I can only imagine how cold it is in Tassie today. Yeah, and as you can hear, I'm getting bloody cold, or I have a cold. Yeah, it's Hangouts was good. It was nice and simple. That was the thing that was great about Hangouts. It was really simple to use for like streaming and getting people on, and it had a really good server for streaming on. Oh yeah, currently 8 degrees. Yeah, it's okay. It's not much warmer in Adelaide. I got a couple of mates down in Tassie. Yeah, that was the thing with Hangouts. Hangouts were just nice and simple and easy to use. But yeah, the good thing about I am using OBS now. It'll be interesting to see how that goes on streaming, because I've got another person that will go cover. Obviously got to do the narrative show with the streaming, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, it will be really great for recording RPG sessions, which is something the channel is really looking at doing. Obviously the Age of Sigmar roleplay game we will most certainly be doing on here. Along with Warhammer Fantasy, I've actually got people interested in doing some of the 40k ones, and I've been asked if I want to run some of the 40k ones as well. So we're looking at Deathwatch and Dark Heresy in particular, and probably Rogue Trader, and probably Wrath and Glory, the new one that's out, whatever that is, and looking at the One Ring as well, because Lord of the Rings is associated with Games Workshop, so pretty much looking to run any Games Workshop associated roleplay games on here. Hopefully be pumping, well not pumping, but putting out a decent amount of them. So yeah, the white scar on that, and that is one of the nice bone tones. I actually got this wood tone from the House of Paint High Elves. So that might just be that my computer camera is crap. But hey, I'm just going to make sure it works. We can work on camera quality and all that later. The sound is good. Yeah, top one seems to be the issue, which I'm okay with having that one as the one with the issues. So now I'm just going to remember what colours I use for my Rackar Flesh, which I don't believe I have out here. Shoot for a sec. I can breathe. Yeah, I'm an old school fantasy player myself. I've played since the very early editions of fantasy. I know I own, for instance, 2nd edition fantasy figures like Skull the Falconer and stuff like that. that should show my age of how long I've been playing. Age of Sigmar didn't initially hit it off with me. I don't know. You're torn between buying the AOS RPG or the Warhammer 400 Fantasy Roleplay RPG, or more army minis, or waiting for a new tyrant model, or finishing my 40k list, or buying some more. Yeah, there's a lot to be torn by in this hobby. I would say whichever one you're likely to use the most of. I do a lot of hobby, and I have a lot of time for hobby. Despite having one child and another one on the way, I managed to manage my time pretty well and keep the wife happy. It is always the way you can bloody find the pants you want. So close in time. When you find two of one paint, but not one of the other one you need. Two of the paint that are very similar colour. What do I do? That's very precious as I have. Where is this bloody paint? Yeah, I think for me, seems to fit my light there, I think. I already own a lot of armies. You can see them all there, and there's another one on the other side. The exact same amount of stuff, and then that cupboard down low is full of armies as well. Armies, more models is not something I need to buy, though I keep doing it. But don't tell the wife. She'll watch this anyway and kill me later. Now, I haven't bought any much this year, to be honest. This is getting annoying now. You can't find the one paint in there. I am sorry about the quality of this stream. I am not really trying too hard and was not prepared. I just decided to try something out tonight. Sorry for anyone watching. If you do have any questions or want to know my thoughts on anything at all, let me know and ask while I'm searching for this goddamn paint. Oh nice, so you're rebasing a bunch of models. See that makes you sound like you've already got a decent collection there. I mean, with the name Iron Guts, I would assume you already have some ogres. If you're looking for some great ogre tips and chatter, I would send you over to my friend Doom in Darkness. If you are not already subscribed to him, most definitely do. He is a gutbuster lover. I mean, he took them to CanCon, Lord of War. He takes them everywhere to tournaments with him. He loves his gutbusters, and I'd highly recommend giving his channel a look at. You'll find heaps of ogre related content. He's a very competitive minded person, but that's fine. But you will learn a lot about ogres and how they play watching his stuff. Like, even if you're not in the idea about being completely competitive, go watch his stuff. There's a lot to learn from it. Very smart general as well. He knows what he's doing. I love lead belches, but could they please just be a flat D6 shots? I don't own any. Well, I own some ogres. This would be my my sort of ogre though. And to achieve this colour scheme, it's pretty easy. I just followed the GW painting tutorial. Yeah, he's far from that side of the hobby. Like, he can do a decent job, but that's not his thing. The hobby side of it is not his. He's much more a gamer than hobbyist. But yeah, if you want to learn some tactics with ogres, go give them a read. You've got 16 ogres, that's great. One block of 12. There's not much that takes it out of the game besides Terrorghasts. It's hard to shift that many ogres. So it's certainly not there. This is seriously the most annoying thing when you cannot find that one thing you need to do something. And it's to finish a couple of models as well. This is probably something telling me I should be organising my paints better. Excuse me for a second, I just got to duck down to the bottom level and see whether or not I actually have this paint or if I don't. Bloody hell. Oh, nice. I like the Morn Fangs as allies. That's cool. I love Morn Fangs. I found the paint. Oh, alright. I did have my paints all sorted out nice and neatly, but then we moved into the new house. And so they were chucked in a bag and then they just got chucked back on there. And I can't be bothered sorting them out again. Your end list for Gutbusters: 12 balls, 4 groups of 3 iron guts, Tyrant, 2 4s, more things. Do you have any butchers in there? I would strongly suggest getting a butcher or 2 at least. Now the main reason isn't for any offensive capability, but you want to be able to unbind endless spells, and you can't do that without wizards. And yeah, wizards. I mean wizards. You can't do it with priests. For anyone else watching that doesn't play an army. Except the Slaughter Priest, I believe, can from Blades of Corn, but most priests can't. They can only unbind, not dispel an endless spell, and they are different things. So yeah, I would try and get at least one just in case, because if you get a rat trap or shackles or something cast on you, it could be really bad. And if you always have a spare 10 points for your wizard, go get them a level Maelstrom, because it's an extra. And you also get the chance for +1 to hit. Yeah, you could always change it with a cauldron. Oh, that's my light going with. Sorry about that. I think that keeps it. Don't kick the cords under the thing. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think You could certainly convert up something different for that cauldron. I've got one of the butchers out there. I've got to paint mine up. The other thing is, so these guys are getting done it for Warcry, but I'm also doing a Path to Glory campaign on the channel. Just because I really like that narrative, and we're trying to push through some narrative and generate the narrative for the armies that will be featuring on the channel in a whole bunch of different narrative battle reports. New other channels that will teach you about the narrative. I'll shout you over to 2+ Tough and Doug. He's fantastic at teaching you about the narrative. I don't think I have seen your paint plan, and if I have, I'm sorry, I've probably forgotten. My mind wanders a lot, hence 20 odd armies. Although with Cities of Sigmar, my problem looks a lot less worse. My problem looks less bad, or I can't English. The problem doesn't look so bad because like 16 odd armies turn into one. Most certainly, chuck it in the Rat Catchers Guild or something, or even send me a message on Facebook. It's pretty easy to track me down, whether my personal one or the Cinderfall gaming page. I don't really mind. I'm always happy to chat hobby with people, man. I don't know if you know, but I am an over-enthusiastic hobbyist who just loves to hobby on everything. I hope no one can hear that. That is my cat screaming at the back door. But yeah, so now I'm just doing all the clothy bits on these Aether Wings. I'm just using the parchment tone. See, my thing, yeah, mine's in the main house. This is like an outdoor area, like a rumpus room outside, which is cool. Yeah, I am far from a great painter. I struggle to put the colours together myself. I am red-green colourblind as well, so that doesn't help the situation in any form. So I like the app and all the Warhammer TV things, because you find colours and then you can start putting them together in your own way. That really helps me. So it's like the blue, like I was saying before, and that's a really good way to paint. I think GW are really great with doing all this sort of stuff. So the blue I use for my Stormcast is, and even the gold is literally the Ultramarines colour scheme, and then the green I've got is from the How to Paint Wanderers stuff, or How to Paint Wood Elves book they released a while ago, and so then I combine the two things together because they look really nice together. And the original idea was because I have a big Wanderers army and a big Stormcast army and wanted to put them together, so I made the Free City green and blue. But yeah, I'm just using the actual parchment, which is Raka Flesh washed with Agrax Earthshade, layer with Pallid Witch Flesh, and then you can write on it from there. Finish this off. And then put the wash on these, put the wash on them, and start getting some base colour down on the Lord Aquila. Oh, orange and white, nice. Oh, stripe pants, nice. Stripe pants, I hope stripe pants. It's a really cool technique to do, like stripes and just, it's oh nice, so like polka dots and stripes and different ones. I like, that sounds cool. My recommendation might be not necessarily doing stripes for lead belches and like polka dots for something else, but might be doing stripes and polka dots as different patterns so you can differentiate units. That will help a lot in game. So like you say, you're having 4 units of iron guts. If you've got polka dot, stripe, crosshatch, and different styles on each one, that might be a good way, just an idea on how you can help yourself out there while you're playing games. So you're getting these dudes ready for Warcry, and then also be getting them ready for Path to Glory, with which I'll be doing a Vanguard Chamber Force in Path to Glory with them. So got to get working on the Lord Aquila. Oh, nice! I really like the narrative. If you really get that narrative fleshed out and get some models painted up, I'd love to have you on the show talking about that narrative. I do a show with other people around talking about their own personal narrative and how they come about it and stuff. It's really cool. I've done one with James Mabry from the Mortally Wounded podcast and Aussie Wargamer. He's on YouTube as well. Definitely go check both of them out. Mortally Wounded is a great podcast and Aussie Wargamer is a great YouTube channel. He's a really fantastic hobbyist. If you want to be inspired, go watch his stuff. But yeah, I'm painting up the 4 armies for the channel, Path to Glory. So we'll see what I end up doing. And we'll probably be Beastclaw Raiders, so I'll probably paint up. I've technically already got the original force done because it's just a Frostlord on Thundertusk to start with. Stormcast Vanguard, and we'll probably end up having 4 or 6 factions to go with. No more, because that way in the end we can do it like a giant. I like that bit of narrative. The narrative's cool. Time for a bit more coffee, I think. Alright. What's that first? So to explain my Stormcast scheme to everyone, the blue is, as you saw before, Metallic Blue base coat, then Drakenhof Nightshade wash. I'll then layer with Outdorf Guard Blue and a final highlight of Calgar Blue. I tried contrast out today, and I have been for the past couple of days. There are certain ones I think are really good. I think like the earthier tones and black and white, and especially flesh tone, those 3 in particular are really great. I'm not convinced by any of the colour ones. I don't think they look very good. I don't think they actually save time either. So I still can buy a Macquarie Blue or a colour similar from like Army Painter or something else. It can. So I can spray and wash quicker than I'll be able to do contrast. Because the wash on Stormcast I don't have to be very neat with. Yeah, this might sound a little weird, but I like my models to be painted up like models. I don't like. I'm not a big fan of airbrushing either. Personally, this is my thing. I like airbrushing and base coat, but I hate perfectly blended models. I'm a really big fan of like the John Blanche artwork and like all the scratchy sort of thing, and stuff not being perfect. I appreciate like perfect artwork and stuff like that, but I like a lot more of that dirty look, and some of the contrast just don't. You just can't get that look that I like. But yeah, especially on these guys, I just don't think it's actually quicker on how I do my scheme, and I'm not a big fan of non-metallic metal. I appreciate the effort and the time and that it takes to go and do non-metallic metal. I just don't like it. So the like ways they like go, oh, this is really great to like get like golds and stuff like that. I don't like that it doesn't have metallics in the range. On the other hand, I did find some things that I really like about contrast. Like I said, the black, white, and flesh tones I think are game changers, especially black and white. Yeah, I tried them. They're just not for me. I'm not a fan of having. I personally like to go that little bit above tabletop standard. Won't say I'm anything fantastic when I paint, but I like to go better than tabletop. I don't like to rush my armies. I don't like to put something lesser than I can do on the table. If I know I can do something, I like to do it. I know I can do a pretty decent looking army, so I just don't think contrast is for me. I understand completely why some people love the thing. Because I was saying, oh, I don't reckon it's for me, and I hadn't tried it, and then I went and tried it. It's okay. I think there are some that I'll use, and there are some that I'll just stay clear of. I guess hot take on contrast. I think a lot of them are just overhyped washes. I've watched Vince Ventrella and painting stuff, and you just watch how some people paint, and it's just what they're doing, just not to the same level as what like someone like Vince and stuff does, because Vince is amazing. Just do it. And yeah, and like I said, I appreciate some of the colours and stuff, but it's just not for me. Not for me as a whole thing. It's a tool in the toolbox. So yeah, I need to work on this bad boy. Now, is he? I don't know. He's not going to fit on this. I don't know why I thought that would work. No, we'll just blue tack him down. Need to get one of the bigger ones. These, on the other hand, these are fantastic. People often ask why I have so many of them, and why I just don't use paint pots or cork or something. I'm a chef by trade, and carpal tunnel is a really real thing, and it's really painful. It can get really painful holding bases, and even like corks and even paint pots are really tight on the hands, and they're not really comfortable to use. These, on the other hand, they sit in your hand so well. If you can see that, like, sits on your top and then covers around, and it's really, really comfortable. For someone with carpal tunnel that gets really lazy and sore hands, they're great. I couldn't recommend these enough. I probably would buy another 10. I would probably buy enough so I could batch paint 100 model. if I had the money. They're not cheap, but I bought 10. Yeah, they're really great to use. Anyway, need a little bit of blue tack. Sweet. Something I really recommend for anyone who's painting models is keep a logbook of how you paint and what you do certain ways. Really helpful thing to do. I started doing it and remembering, and just being able to go back and find the scheme is a really good thing. So yeah, I highly recommend doing that to anyone, for anyone. So we're going to tackle the rider first on the Lord Aquila here. Carpal tunnel syndrome. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. It comes from like overusing. I know the one thing that you get told does it a lot as a chef, and is a big reason we do, is tongs. Apparently tongs are really bad because of how often we use them. Tongs are the thing that really hit it for us. Going completely off the Warhammer train here, but yeah, carpal tunnel syndrome. Apparently tongs are really bad, or anything like that. People who use like scissors a lot and stuff like that. Gardeners get it a lot as well. Yeah, it can get quite painful. Mine is not that bad, but it's all about prevention. I've had it really like come and flare up really horribly. So yeah, just prevention really. If you can stop the pain, stop the pain. My crag glue is empty. I'm going to need to buy some more crag glue soon. Really like this model. I actually go as far as to say, as I reckon the Vanguard Stormcast are my favourite Stormcast chamber for models anyway. Why do all the cool Stormcast models have the worst rules? That sucks. Like Castigators. I think the Castigators were my favourite models from the whole new release of the Sacrosanct Chamber, and there's one way to run them, but it won't stop me running them. I'll run them regardless because they're cool. But man, those models are mean. Just making sure here. I should actually probably check out what I can take in a Path to Glory Force, how many unit options I get. Let's have a look at this. Hey, Path to Glory is a great way if you are trying to get a gaming group together, or just get like people getting together on a regular basis. I really recommend Path to Glory. Great way just to get people together. I think that's a better view there. Except you can see my other camera. There. Alrighty. Okay, so let's actually have a look. I think I'll only be able to take the Vanguard Hunters or unit of Aether Wings. Probably Griffhounds and they look cooler. So we'll put a wash on these guys first, actually. I'm glad the stream seems to be going okay on this, so now I've got to figure out a way to stream with my mate for the narrative show and doing all my other shows. I definitely don't think we'll be streaming any of the RPGs. It just seems like too much of a headache and too much stress to properly do it. So I doubt that's going to happen. But yeah, so now we're going to chuck a Agrax Earthshade Wash on the Aether Wings. Oh no. So one thing about Spotify is you just gotta watch out for any infringement notices. So you don't want to use music that then gets massively IP infringed. Like a lot of reaction channels and all that sort of stuff, I may have a lot of trouble putting on the music. There is some really cool stuff. There's a bunch of free music to put on, or you can download from YouTube for 3 sessions. So I'm going to have a look through there and see if I can find something. We're going to get some custom artwork done. I've got someone on editing and all that sort of stuff. So I got one of my other dudes who's doing the ASRPG. He's going to get on editing, and so really looking to make this as a place for narrative gaming side is what I'm really trying to push the channel towards. And here I have a Knight Zephyros. Yeah, so the channel is really going to be focusing, I'm glad you like the idea, the channel is really going to be focusing on the narrative gaming. So not so much the narrative, but the narrative gaming. The narrative show, we really aim at trying to show you how you can embrace the narrative in your games. And the battle reports and stuff we're going to do is going to be very narrative focused. And then obviously the RPGs are a big part of what we want to get doing. And so we're looking at like a lot of the other side games as well, so things like Warhammer Quest. I'll probably end up getting Blackstone Fortress as well. I'm really being tempted into it. My co-host is currently painting up Space Marines, and it's really tempting me to paint up Space Marines. The Primaris Marines just look so cool. I got out of 40k about 2 years ago now, mainly because I was having my first child, and I just wanted to focus on one game solely. But 40k, I'm not too interested in getting back into big 40k games, or all that middle. Like, I like Apocalypse, and I like Kill Team and stuff, but I don't really like 40k in the middle ground. But a big thing with 40k for me was I didn't like the whole Primaris narrative stuff. I would have been happier if they just said this is what Space Marines are now. Yeah, so games like narrative focused games don't necessarily mean squad size skirmish sort of things. Like, we will be doing a lot of that. We'll be doing like skirmish and Warcry and stuff like that. We really have. I want to do that sort of stuff. But I also want to push. Like, in the early Realm Gate Wars, like we've got plans to do like a Realm Gate Wars campaign for my Stormhost, and so I'll be painting up Liberators and Judicators and Paladins and all that, and clearing out the way to build my free city. And so we'll be playing out the narrative for that. So it'd be like the Wanderers. Yeah, I would have been happier if they just said, for Primaris, this is what Space Marines look like now, and I would have put a whole new Space Marine chapter. I don't like Primaris next to normal Space Marines. I hate it with a passion. I think it looks stupid. And I think it's obvious for all to see that old Space Marines are going the way of the dodo. Sooner or later, it'll happen. I really like the Primaris models though. Like, I think the Primaris models are fantastic. But yeah, so I think Blackstone Fortress might scratch that 40k itch for me, and maybe some Necromunda. And that'll be sort of stuff that I'd like to get on the channel. And probably some Kill Team. They're the ones with the jump packs. And the big guns? Is that the ones you're talking about? Just wait for your response there. Yeah, so the ones with the jump packs and big guns, yes, I do agree that they're a bit too far. But I like the basic Marine looks cool. I like the Reavers. Alright, I just want to point out that Neve Blacktalon here has high heels. Stormcast high heels. There's not really a lot of blue to highlight on here because most of it gets covered up by gold stuff. She is such a nice model. As soon as I saw this model for the first time, I was hooked on it. I thought, it's just such a cool model. I've actually, partway through reading or listening to the audiobook for Blacktail the First Mark, I think it's a really nice Stormcast novel actually. And definitely recommend that one to anyone. I'm hoping that these guys, the Knight Zephyros, sorry, becomes a playable character in the RPG. I think those fit. What we've got for Stormcast, we've got Knight Incantor and Knight Quester. The Knight Quester is perfect, the Knight Incantors are perfect because they go out for their Lord Arcanums. Well, if you're the lore and stuff that you're saying catch up on, definitely go check out Good Power, Mr. 2+ Tough. You'll catch up in no time. I mean, of course, if you want it done in the Australian way, we've got our own shows on some of the stuff. We'll give you the general gist. I am planning some small videos just chatting about things. I've got some planned for what are they called? The Free Cities. Bloody hell, I don't know why that took so long to think of. But yeah. Alright, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. I'm glad the stream's gone rather well. I'm going to be jumping off. I got some things I want to do and want to watch. I got my own streams that I want to watch. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for anyone who has subscribed and who is a subscriber. Please keep subscribing. And yeah, thank you all for seeing this. Last plug, yes, we will be back on Monday with the AOS narrative show. We're going to be looking at elves and their place in Age of Sigmar. Because I think we've got some rather cool sneak peeks at elves over this. What we think's happening, what we know is happening, and all that sort of stuff to do with elves. You can support. And lastly but not least, I have to do this every episode now. For the people who support the channel behind the scenes, for those who are subscribing on Patreon, for those who or have supported in other ways, thank you very much for all your support for the channel. It is much appreciated, and you can find Patreon details. Just go look up Cinderfall Gaming on Patreon if you wish to subscribe and help the channel build into a really great narrative product. But yes, thank you everyone, and I will catch you all soon. Bye.